Mr. Vijay Kumar Gogi, our Director, Father Gerald D'Souza SJ, our Principal, Dr. Pauline Priya, our Vice Principal, Ms. Shobha Hegde, along with all our research cell coordinators, to kindly take their seats on the stage as we begin with the valedictory ceremony.
A nation that destroys its soil destroys itself. Forests are the lungs of our land, purifying the air and giving fresh strength to our people.
As we draw near the conclusion of this memorable event, it's our honor to preside over the valedictory session, marking the culmination of today's conference. To commence this valedictory session, we have a Veena performance by Ms. Nikita S. She played Varna in the Raga Mohana set to Adi Tala. Raga Mohana symbolizes peace and harmony.
We now invite Professor Moses Raj to share some noteworthy insights about our chief guest for the session, Mr. Vijay Kumar Gogi, retired Forest Service officer.
Dignitaries on the dais and members of the audience, I take this pleasure to invite our chief guest for the valedictory session, Mr. Vijay Kumar Gogi, member of the Indian Forest Service from the 1988 batch. Mr. Vijay Kumar Gogi attained superannuation on 30th of November 2022 and has a postgraduate diploma in wildlife management. But some of his most noteworthy achievements are Sir retired as the Principal Chief Conservator of Forests, Wildlife and the Chief Wildlife Warden for the Government of Karnataka. He was a former Principal Secretary to the Government for the Forest Department and Principal Secretary to the Government Ecology and Environment Department for the Government of Karnataka, Director of Ayush, Nodal Officer for the Forest Conservation for the Government, Registrar for our very own university, Karnataka State Law University, Chairman for the Karnataka State Pollution Control Board, and Chairman as well as Vice Chairman for the Karnataka Zoo Authority. Apart from the above positions, Mr. Gogi has over 23 years of executive and supervisory experience in policy making at district level and as well as the middle or circle level in the field of wildlife, territorial forest management, and social forestry, and has got experience of rejuvenation of urban water bodies, wood gasification for electricity generation, reclamation and rehabilitation of mines, and processing of minor forest produce for value addition, and to combat man-animal conflict. We are thrilled to have you today with us, sir. Thank you very much for accepting our invitation. I now extend the floor to our chief guest to deliver the address.
Thank you very much for generous introduction, saying that those are all my achievements, but I was paid throughout all these posts. I am a paid servant of public and paid servant of the government. These are not achievements. I was supposed to occupy those positions at the pleasure of the government, and then I was supposed to deliver the things as desired by the government as well as public. Having said that, thank you, Mr. Moses Raj. Very nice Veena played by the Veena exponent, almost invoked the God's presence. Music is God. Reverend Father Gerald D'Souza, Dr. Pauline Priya, Madam Hegde, all faculty members here, and most important participants of this important seminar, Environmental Law, Issues and Emerging Challenges. You have deliberated very, very meaningful things. I came to know by the two panelists who summarized the things happened during those sessions. What is environment? You all know. What is an activity which is sustainable environmentally? If at all you use anything, it should be usable by others. One thing I felt that we are at a very sad state of affair, including your own college, hostel or toilet at home, wherever they are. If you use the toilet and come out of the toilet, leaving it usable by others, that itself will be a sustainable kind of use of a particular thing. As Indians, we miserably fail in this. This is a very, very simple example, irrespective of class. Once I flew from Bangalore to New York, and 16 hours flight is there. After 4 hours, the flight toilet was not usable by anybody. This is how we use the utilities or environment or whatever. On the other hand, I will take you to a world which you all know. Sometimes I ask school students, why is Bangalore having so much of garbage, sewage and all that? Innocently they say that, yeah, somebody throws it. And then I ask them, why is garbage and sewage not present in forest area? Only human beings are capable of creating these two great products. Wherever human presence is not there, garbage is not there, sewage is not there. And then I asked them why it is so. And then they said, nobody uses those resources, that is how the forests are clean. And then I told them, whether all the animals drink water, they said yes. Whether all the animals take bath in the river, they said yes. Every animal other than human being, they complete their entire daily course, life cycle, and after that they leave entire world intact. Every life form leads a sustainable life without altering the resources around them. And then we say human being is great. In Kannada, Manava Janma Doddadu, they say. Human life itself is ultimate. It is biggest thing whatever can happen to a life form. Ultimately you are at the top of that. And if I don't have wisdom of using the resources and leaving them usable by others, what is the greatness attached to this life? Whatever we touch, we make it unusable by ourselves and unusable by others, and then put lot of stress on the minds of rest of the life forms. And then we have got marginalized rich classes. In forest there are no marginalized rich elephant, marginalized elephant, rich tiger, marginalized tiger, rich mosquito, marginalized mosquito. And then they don't have law also to follow. They don't have religion also to follow. Without the intervention of religion, without the intervention of law, everything is orderly, everything is clean, everything is equitably shared. And then we call it as a jungle law. If at all something goes wrong, we call it jungle law. What is wrong in jungle? Every animal is equal. Every animal shares the resources equally. And without visiting doctors, all of them, they are healthy. I am taking it in a very different direction. I will again come back to law, and then they don't have any confusion because their life is simple. Unless simplicity is adopted by human beings, whatever number of law you pass, life will be complicated, and then it's very, very difficult to achieve certain things. One thing we want to do something, and then other thing happens. As far as earth is concerned, earth, it is spherical or whatever, ovoidal. It spins on its axis. That gentleman knows in the corner, he was referring to it. And rain has battered, winds have battered, and then made soil, this, that, and then brought it to a particular shape. You want to say something? Okay. And then millions of years of such action has brought a shape to the earth. If any one of us want to change that shape by any means, all those forces which have acted for millions of years to keep the earth in that shape, they will act again and try to bring it to the same shape. And finally, that will be causing landslides, avalanches, floods, and whatever angles you have created, whatever depressions you have created, again that will be filled back by the forces of the earth. It is sun, wind, gravitational forces, and all that. This is as simple as this. We want to comply with the natural rules, that is what we call as Panchabhutas in Indian context. Panchabhutas will act. Their gravity is not added. And if we add that gravity, it will be another force which acts on various things. Everything should be in sync with that. Then only the things will be sustainable. So many a times we have got lots of confusions. Like electric vehicles. One of the topics of discussion was that electric vehicles, battery operated vehicles, whether to use or not, that is sometimes confusion is there. Because somebody says somewhere electricity if entirely generated by green means also a windmill has to be erected. For a windmill, how much aluminium, iron is required, whether it will come without expense of energy. Finally, if you see the footprint, carbon footprint, nothing is different. Like green energy, what we call as green energy, that also has got carbon footprint. So what we are going to do is thermal power. If you burn the thermal power, you will get electricity, and then that electricity is used for charging your battery, and vehicle is run by that. But whether to do it or not, if carbon footprint is not changing, yes, it is required. It is for balancing the pollution. Cities like Bangalore are already polluted and more polluted. By introducing electric cars, you can reduce the pollution in Bangalore city, but if electricity generation is required elsewhere, thermal power is being produced in rural area, you are going to emit more carbon there and reduce emissions here. One area will be more polluted and another area will be less polluted. But why at the cost of rural area Bangalore should have electric vehicles? That may be the next question. But rural areas have got yet absorbable limits of carbon dioxide. Activities are not many, and still forests are there, agriculture crops are there which can absorb carbon dioxide and all that. The impact can be tolerated by that environment even if little more carbon emission is there, and total levels of carbon dioxide will not exceed the permissible limits. Where in Bangalore already permissible limits have exceeded, to bring back the levels to a level below the permissible limit, if we do this exercise, that is fine. So as far as environmental laws are concerned, somebody must have already told, if we follow the simple principles of following the environmental clearances, wildlife clearances, forest clearances, there are few clearances, you must be aware of that. Under Water Act and Air Act, consent for establishment. Have you heard about this term? Consent for establishment. If you want to do a activity, before starting that activity, you have to take a permission for doing that, consent for establishment, that is given by Pollution Control Board. So in that stipulated conditions will be there. So if you want to establish subject to these types of things, you have to do this so that environmental pollution is less and impact is less. That has to be taken care. And then after consent for establishment, another license is given, it is called consent for operation. So that also needs to be taken. And then environmental clearance, it is a prior thing. Consent for establishment is also a prior clearance before start of the project. And similarly environmental clearance, wherein the impact of the project will be understood on water, air, land, and then a terms of reference will be given to the project authority so that he prepares a environment impact assessment report, and based on that a environment management plan will be prepared to bring down the environmental impact. All these things already you must be aware in your paper presentation, and such things the panelists must have enlightened you, or even the paper presenters might have enlightened the group about all these requirements. In my opinion, firm will to follow the environmental laws only can change this one, and many times the government agencies do not have this willpower. Sometimes I feel that biggest culprits are like Bangalore Water Supply and Sewage Board, which do not plan for the entire capacity of the sewage. How much sewage they have to treat, they don't have idea. You go to any civic authority, any municipal corporation, any city municipal corporation, town municipal corporation, or bigger corporations like Bangalore. What is the total amount of sewage generated? What is their capacity, installed capacity? How much additional capacity is required? They don't have idea about such things. Even if they have got idea, they will not invest sufficiently to meet the challenges of requirement. Similarly, how much garbage is generated and what is the requirement of treatment of that garbage? You ask them, they may not be having a clue about it, or else even if they have got, their attempt is not sincere. But few of the municipalities have shown very good lead in this. Indore is one of the towns where people can go and learn about solid waste management. Hardly there is any place in India where perfect sewage treatment is there, and then you can see sewage free city in India. But there are good examples. Here in Bangalore itself, one experiment has been done. You all must be aware, win-win situation. The treated sewage is sent to rural area for underground water recharge, filling up of the tanks. Tanks are revived. In Kolar district, water was 1000 or 1200 feet below the ground. Now it has come back to 300 feet. Farmers are very happy, but there are associated problems. Now farmers are complaining that they are getting some kind of fungal diseases for their tomato crop. Maybe it is because of improper treatment of the water. Some things flow and then they are using that water for irrigation. But there is one ray of hope, like treated water can be used so that fresh demand for fresh water can be reduced. Here itself in Kidwai hospital, laundry is treating all the water going out of the laundry, recycles 90% of the water back into the laundry and uses only 10% of fresh water for washing the clothes. Like if entire city uses such technology, like treating the gray water. Like no black water, it's a bit difficult to treat. Black water means the water mixed with human fecal sludge. That is known as black water. But what water is generated out of washing clothes or bathing, if it is segregated and treated, 90% of the demand for fresh water can be reduced. So there are very good examples like this. For Mangalore city, sewage was sent into the sea and fresh water was used by Mangalore refineries industry for cooling purpose. Now there was lack of drinking water in Mangalore city. Industry was using drinking water for industrial use. A small intervention making the industry to understand this issue. Now they have put a sewage treatment plant in their thing. Entire Mangalore sewage is taken into the factory. They are treating that water and using it for industrial use. On the other hand, what was used by industry for cooling purpose and all that, fresh drinking water, such water is released for drinking water requirements of the Mangalore city. See, these are some of the interventions wherein they have made difference, but these needs to be replicated everywhere so that things become sustainable. So just I wanted to give few examples of success stories and some situation where it is challenging. Now I wish all of you all the best in your career, and I am glad college has organized such a national level conference on environmental law issues and emerging challenges. I hope you will select environment as one of the field of specialization and then contribute for improvement of environment in Karnataka as well as in India and globe as a whole. I wish all of you best of luck in your career and academics. Thank you very much. Thank you. I thank the institute also for having me invited for this valedictory function and giving me an opportunity to share my thoughts, random thoughts with all of you. Thank you very much.
On behalf of everyone here, I would like to extend a sincere gratitude to our esteemed chief guest for your insightful and inspiring speech. Thank you, sir, for sharing your wisdom.
We would now like to invite our Director, Father Gerald D'Souza, our Principal, Dr. Pauline Priya, Vice Principal, Ms. Shobha Hegde, to kindly felicitate our Chief Guest, Mr. Vijay Kumar Govi. I kindly request our Director to present the shawl. I request our principal to kindly present the memento to I request our vice principal to present the sapling to our chief guest.
Now we would like to invite Professor Swati K, Faculty Coordinator of the Research Cell, to reflect on the takeaways from today's conference.
Thank you, Abdur. Respected Director, respected Principal Ma'am, Vice Principal Ma'am, my dear students and respected chief guest of today's valedictory function, Mr. Shri Vijay Kumar Gogi, sir. It's my honor to present a brief reflection on the conference that took place today. At the outset, I would like to congratulate all the paper presenters for having presented their papers at this conference and for doing a wonderful job. To start off, I would like to begin with how this journey began. And the work for this conference started way back in the month of October, when our principal wanted to have a conference on a very socially relevant theme in line with the motto of the organization. And that is how the theme for environmental law took birth. Thank you, ma'am, for the suggestion. I would like to place on record my gratitude to our beloved director father for having backed us in every way in terms of finances and everything. And so with their due support, the conference has come to light. And here we are with a very magnanimous, I would say, because the response for this conference has been intense and tremendous. We've had papers from as far as Noida, Lucknow, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Punjab, Patna, etc. from people from National Law School universities have also presented their papers. As you're all aware, the themes for the conference have been very thoughtfully chosen. We didn't want to stick to the basic level of environmental law and discussion. So our themes ranged from environment and corporates, technology and environment, gender and environment, and then sustainable development. And I would like to place on record that the papers that we've received were also of equally high standard. Some of the papers have discussed about how artificial intelligence and technology can be used for sustainable development and environmental protection. Some of the papers have actually done empirical study on how projects have displaced communities. They have discussed on how developmental activities impact communities, and I really place my appreciation for such papers. One of such papers got due appreciation from the panelists, which we witnessed during the panel discussion. And yes, I know all of you are waiting for the most important event of the day, that is announcement of results, which Professor Moses will shortly do. So I would just like to conclude that all of you are already winners, because after receiving so many papers, our director always wanted to maintain quality in the conference. So that is the reason we went for blind peer review, and all of you are here after so many filtrations. So that makes all of you already winners, and I congratulate you for all that. I now hand over the mic to Professor Moses to make the announcement of the results.
Before we announce the results, we have a small video for everybody. We hope you sit back and relax and watch this.
Thank you. We'd like to request all our dignitaries to kindly take their seats on the dais. We now request our principal, Dr. Pauline Priya, to kindly distribute the participation certificates to all paper presenters from HJCL.
I'll be calling out the author's name. Please come and collect your certificates. Vimla Mary A. and Anita. Please be quick. Dhwani Jain and Shreya Devdas. Sebastian and Nike, Joshua Joseph. Janvi Gutta. Nikita B. Shekhar, Ahmad Suhaib. Halton Lejo Joseph. Shraddha M. and Swapnil V. Rai. Afsar Ahmad N. and Prerna Sachin. Akshita R. and Rachna. Muhammad Nasir Rahman Khan. Shrijan Lamba and Tanushri Ramesh. Chinmaya Hegde, Amrita M. Thank you, ma'am. We invite our beloved Vice Principal, Ms. Shobha, to kindly distribute the participation certificates to all the paper presenters from the invitee institutions.
Our first paper, titled Converting Industrial Smoke to Ink, A Sustainable Paradigm Shift by Malini K. and Shweta Shri from PSG College of Arts and Science. Paper titled Feminist Political Ecology, Theoretical Frameworks for Understanding the Interconnectedness of Gender and Environment by Abhineshya Jaikumar from Bharat Institute of Law. paper on Profit or Planet, Exploring the Fusion of Corporate Social Responsibility and Environment Law by Arvind S. and Hema Sugantri from School of Excellence, Tamil Nadu. Paper on Green Technology, a mode of achieving sustainable development by Darshini from School of Excellence, Tamil Nadu.
Thank you, ma'am. We are thrilled to announce the prize distribution ceremony where we honor and celebrate the outstanding achievements of individuals who have distinguished themselves throughout with their talent, hard work and dedication. I request Professor Moses Raj to kindly announce the winners.
The most awaited moment of the day, I now request our chief guest of the day, Mr. Vijay Kumar Gogi, to please give away the prizes for the best paper and the second best paper for today's conference to St. Joseph's College of Law students. Sir, please. The first prize goes to SJCL 03, Chinmaya Hegde and Amrita M of 2BCom LLB for their paper, An Analytical Study on the Legal Governance of Biomedical Waste Disposal in India. Congratulations, team. The second best paper goes to SJCL 23 team code Janvi Gutta of 4BA LLB. Thank you, sir. I now request our director, Father Gerald D'Souza, to please give away the prizes for the best paper and the second best paper to our invitee institutions.
You start with second best paper. First best paper is online.
The first best paper was an online presentation and we acknowledge the winners. Team code number NS65, Dr. Jyoti KM and Sonakshi from Bishop Cotton Women's Christian College, Bangalore, for their paper Understanding the Practical Implications in Controlling the Pollution and Waste Management in the City of Bengaluru. This is an online presentation and e-certificates will be sent to the winners. But we do have for the second best paper here in the audience. I'm happy to invite team code number NS48, Darshini R from the Tamil Nadu Dr. Ambedkar Law University for her paper Green Technology, a Mode of Achieving Sustainable Environment. Congratulations to the winners. Thank you, Father.
Congratulations to all the winners and a very heartfelt thank you to all participants. Here's to continued success, growth and collaboration in all your future endeavors. Now we would like to invite Dr. Gagan to kindly deliver the vote of thanks.
Sorry. Thank you for giving this opportunity to me to propose the vote of thanks. It is very much rightly said, the attitude of gratitude is very much important in our lives. Having said that, I would like to thank all the people who are responsible for making this national conference a huge success. To start with, we would like to extend our heartfelt regards and gratitude to our director, Father Gerald D'Souza SJ, for his continued support for this national conference. Thank you, Father, for your support. Thank you, Father. Thanks are due to our dynamic principal, Dr. Pauline Priya for her continued support and all her guidance in organizing this conference. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks are also due to our new Vice Principal, Ms. Shobha Hegde, for her support, and all our thanks to you, ma'am. And going next, we would like to also extend our thanks to our chief guest, Mr. Vijay Kumar Gogi, for gracing this occasion today. Thank you, sir, for coming here and also sharing your practical insights from your bureaucratic experience. Thank you so much. We are so honored to have you. And thanks are due to my research cell coordinators, starting with Mr. Moses Raj, Ms. Swati, and in the absence, Ms. Lindsay ma'am, Lindsay Joykuti. Ma'am was supposed to be here because of university exam duty. She is not here. Otherwise, she has helped us a lot. All the coordinators helped us and made it this thing possible. Next, I would like to thank conveners, that is the student conveners of the research cell, that is Nithila and Ashwin. Nithila and Ashwin, thank you so much for taking up the leadership and helping us. Apart from that, there are other coordinators whom I would like to thank. Ans Alex Joy, managing the guests and everything, thank you so much. Michelle Jane Harrison handled all the report and photography team. Thank you so much, Michelle. Shweta handled the registration and disciplinary team. Thank you, Shweta. Sin handled the whole infrastructure. Sinin, thank you so much. Then we had Timaya, who was responsible for all the delicious food which you had. Thank you so much, Timaya. Fiza Banu is responsible for making all these beautiful banners and designs everywhere. Thank you so much, Fiza. And I may not be able to thank every single student volunteer who came here for our conference. Thanks are due to each one of you. That was a tribute which was made to all the volunteers through the video to thank you all. Thanks are also due to all the attendees who came from other institutions to participate in our conference. Also, thanks to all the online as well as offline paper presenters from the other institutions. Thanks are due to the paper presenters from our own very institution. Thanks are also due to our support staff, just starting from Mr. Charles sir, Yesuraj, and Mr. Tipesh, mainly, who are responsible for ensuring that the whole technical thing goes well, because they have handled everything with a minimal number of staff. They ensured live streaming, everything was done in a very effective way. Thank you so much, Charles sir and Yesuraja and Tipesh. Also thanks to the office staff, that is Maxim sir, for handling the infrastructure. Thanks to Balraj sir. Also thanks are due to our finance officer also, and all the support staff. If I missed anyone, please don't feel bad. I've tried to cover each and every person in this. Thank you. Thank you all of you for coming for this national conference. See you all next year in another conference with another theme. Thank you all.
I request everyone to kindly rise for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
In closing, We would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to each and every one of you for your participation, enthusiasm, and support throughout this event. Let us carry forward the spirit of excellence and collaboration that has defined this gathering, continuing to strive for greatness in all our endeavors.
We request all the attendees to kindly proceed to the college quadrangle for a group photo with the dignitaries. Please join thereafter in front of the library. We'll also would like to thank Dr. Gagan for spearheading the entire conference.
Coordinators.